Hello guys, you're welcome again to my YouTube channel. This is Amarago TV and I am Amarachi on your screen. What's up guys, how are you doing? How is your Christmas going? How is your month going? I don't know when you're watching this video, but I hope you're doing great. This is Amarachi on your screen and this is Amarago TV. So as promised, I've brought back the video. Thank you for your show and love on the previous video. If you've not seen it, the link is going to be in the description box below. So yes, today we are talking about the pros and cons of being a public school teacher. The pros and the cons. Yeah, whatever has advantages has disadvantages. And let's get right into it. Of course, you already know, if you're Nigerian, you know the difference between a public school and private school. I'm sure you already have the idea. Even if you're outside Nigeria, you should know the difference between public and private schools. So let's get right in. So just so you know that this video is based on the Nigerian setting, because I'm Nigerian, I teach in a Nigerian school. Our system can be quite different from every other place or every other country. So which do we do first, the pros or the cons? I think we should go for the pros first. So yeah, the advantages of being a public school teacher. We said number one is the job security that comes with teaching in a government school, a public school, government public school, the job security that comes with it. Because there's a system in the government civil service. It's not just like a private school where you get employed today and get fired tomorrow. So it doesn't work that way in the government school system. So you can be sure that you have your job security in place when you're teaching in a public school rather than in a government school. Unlike private schools where you can be employed today and sacked tomorrow, that does not happen with being in a public school. So you get the point I'm trying to make. So that job security is one of the benefits that comes with teaching in a public school. Another benefit that comes with teaching in a public school is the benefit. In fact, it's a lot. You have your leave bonus, you have your holidays, you have your paid leaves, you have paid maternity leaves and all whatnot, those things that you don't easily get in private schools. I've heard that there are private schools that your maternity leave won't even get up to 2 months and you still won't be paid, or you'll be paid half. I know some private schools that on some public holidays, the teachers are still mandated to be in school. Like, there is more rest. The stress level is less in a public school setting than in a private school settings. Because most public schools, school starts by 8 and closes by latest 2 p.m. Whereas if you now choose to stay beyond that time, that is your own decision. Nobody is holding you accountable for not doing your work because you've spent the number of hours that you're employed for. Whereas in a private school, sometimes they resume by 7 and then stay even up till 4 p.m. in school. And you see that the difference is very much. If you're someone that's maybe you're a mother or you have other things that you're doing, if you're closing work by 2, you still have most of your day to do something reasonable with. But if you're closing that late around 4 or 5 every day, you see that it's just like you're working in a bank. So you get the point I'm trying to make. The stress level in public school settings is less than in private school settings. Another thing is the professional development. I think in the public school settings, you have professional development, you have access, opportunities to workshops and all that, because you want your level to increase. You want to move from level, like, because you have different grade levels. You have teachers at level 8, level 9, level 10, level 14, level 15, and all that. So there's room for career growth. You have pensions and retirement plans. Like, it's just the deal compared to a private school where probably the owner of the school is just after profit and not even after your development as a person. Another benefit, even though not everybody might see this as a benefit, but I see it as a benefit. The benefit is the impact on lives. And I'm saying impact on lives because of the caliber of children that we have in the public schools. Yeah, so you have opportunity to make positive impacts, to be a positive change on children that see the school as their safe haven. Like, I've explained all this now in my previous video. So after this video, go and watch that one. And another benefit is that as your level is increasing, your salary is going up. Like, you have what do I call it now? Like, you're better paid in a public school setting, in government school setting, depending on your government tenure, because you know how different governments can choose to do their things, but you are most likely to get higher pay in a public school when the state government or the federal government is paying you than when you are teaching in a private school, especially this um motion private schools. Okay, so that's about that now. There are a whole other lot of benefits when you're doing the comparison with a private school, but I'm just going to stop here. So now let's go to the cons, the negative parts, the not so pleasant parts of teaching in a public school. Number one, the limited resources and budget constraints. Why? Because it is a government school and you know how it is. You know the rank of education in the government. So yes, there's that constraint, there's limited resources. That's why you go to most public schools and they lack basic teaching amenities. You get to secondary schools and they don't have labs. You see the library is dilapidated, like you see the classrooms are looking like abandoned properties. I'm not even joking. The state of some of these private schools even makes teaching very difficult because you don't even have enough resources to why do you think that some public schools up to this point, this is 2023, and some schools do not have blackboards, and some schools are still using chalk and blackboards. Some schools do not have whiteboards. Let's not even go to the point of projectors and all that. That's even that's even high. But then basic things like textbooks and all that. I know that yes, in private schools, the parents of these kids get the textbooks for them, get everything that they need for them. But in a government school setting, the idea is that these things should be provided by the government. But when we are not seeing these things, it makes teaching very difficult. It makes teaching difficult. You're teaching science and there's no science lab that is equipped enough for you to bring the children to see these things. And these things help the children to learn. When they can see what you're teaching them, they can learn. You see, when you are you're teaching a comprehension passage, and out of 50 children in a class, only 3 children have the textbooks, or you have only 3 textbooks for the whole class. So how are they going to understand that passage? Because no, children understand these passages when they can see it, they can see the pictures in the text and all that. So things like that make learning difficult. And in line also with these limited resources, we also have, in some cases, not in every state, but in some cases, we have the delay in payments, delay in teacher salary payment, because we've had cases. Hey, oh my god, this is funny, but it's not funny because it's too poor. We've had cases of teachers that get old salary. Their salaries are old for months, for more than 6 months, sometimes up to a year by their government. So that's part of the reasons why you see people don't. That's what even makes the teaching profession unattractive. Because I think that the teaching profession, it itself should be a very attractive and lucrative profession. But because of this low remuneration and late payment of salaries in some cases, that's why nobody wants to be. It's very unattractive. You'd hardly see a graduate that would tell you comfortably, I want to go and teach in the public school. In fact, it does not happen. It does not happen. So that's one of the cons of being a public school teacher. Another one is the large classroom size. Like classroom management can be difficult because of the shortage of teachers. Because like I said, it's not a job that anyone would. You get what I'm saying? It's not a job that is attractive to a lot of people. So there's shortage, and then we have like the student teacher ratio. The difference is very much. That is why you see in a classroom, you see in some cases you see up to 100 children in a classroom to one teacher. How with that teacher now, how does he or she want to do it? And you know how children can be. It's not easy. If you've not visited a school before, a primary school before, maybe you should try to visit one and see how it's and see how chaotic it can be to organize children, to manage a classroom, and then you're not managing 100 children in a classroom, or even if it's 50 in a classroom, and you do it Monday to Friday, if you are not careful, you're going to land in the hospital. So that's one of the challenges that comes with public school teaching. The student ratio is not adding up at all. It's not adding up at all. The large classroom size, you see, whereas the counterparts in private school, you have at least like 25 children in a class, some 20, and when you have few number of children that way, it's easier for you to manage the class. It's easier for you to get to know the children. It's easier for you to impart on them because you get more time for each child. But when you have like 50, 60, 70, only you, it's going to be hard. That is just the plain. There's limited, another one is limited parental involvement. Like I said earlier, because of the caliber of children that we find in public schools, it's kind of gets difficult to get their parents. For example, in private schools, most of the time, because they're even paying school fees, so every parent even wants to get to know the teacher. Like there's that teacher-parent communication, and it helps because teaching is a collaborative effort. Teaching also starts from the home. It starts from the home. That's why you can give them assignments and have hope that they will get it done at home. But in a public school setting, sometimes it's even difficult to reach these parents, and I'm not going to blame them. It's the environment and the situation that they found themselves in. So most of the time, in fact 60% of the time, that teacher-parent relationship is not there. You call for open days, they wouldn't come. You call for events in school, they won't come. You didn't go the extra mile to invite these parents, and they won't come. So at the end of the day, if you're a teacher that goes extra mile, like Teach for Nigeria Fellows, you are going to visit the parents. Yes, how do they say that? If Muhammad does not go to the mountain comes to Muhammad. So yes, that is it. And that teacher-parent communication, that parent involvement is very pivotal, it's very vital in the life of a child. Teaching does not end in the classroom. Learning does not end in the classroom. And if the child is not given a supportive environment at home for learning, it's going to affect everything that we are trying to do in the classroom. So another thing that I feel and I think is a disadvantage for public school settings, even though some people are not going to agree with me, is that in public school, there's you have the chance and the liberty to be lazy and to mess up. There's no easier way to say this. But then in a public school setting, it's easier for you as a teacher to get like a scowl about your work and get lazy and just do it anyhow, because you feel like you have job security and nobody can do you anything, so you don't want to feel accountable, unlike in a private school setting where you can't just do anyhow. I'm sure you get the point. I'm not going to say beyond that. All right, so I believe that I have shared enough in this video. So let me know in the comment section. I know that I've not shared everything, and you know how it is on this channel. You hear from me, I hear from you. I do not know everything. So let me know in the comment section what are the pros and cons of teaching in a public school. Let me know in the comment section below, and also let me know which school you went to and how it was for you. Did you attend a public primary school or a private primary school? So see you in my next video. Remember to tell me the kind of videos that you want me to make, that you'd like to see more on the channel. Just let me know, and we are going to keep posting it. So enjoy the rest of your day, and I'm looking forward to your comment in the comment section below. Kindly give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, share to fellow teachers or aspiring teachers, or someone that is considering, or someone that you know that would love this video or need it. Thank you so much.